Welcome to the Algebra Project. Now, the Algebra Project sounds ominous because the word project, but it's really actually going to be quite easy. You may feel like it'll be as much fun as swimming in a frozen lake, but I think it will be fun, and it's an opportunity to learn and help you internalize some of the concepts we need that we'll be tackling in our modules, whether it's Module A, Module B, or Module C. Okay, the Algebra Project has two sections. It has the document sharing section and the response section. The document sharing section, you're going to write a short piece on, doesn't have to be more than 50 words, on one of the topics. And then the responses is you're going to read other people's and then respond to two of them. So not too hard. It shouldn't take that long. So you're going to be, the document sharing part, you're going to be part of a 2 to 4 person group, and you're going to select one of the assigned chapter sections. And I'll show you that in a minute. And then from that chapter section, each of you is going to do one of the topics. Not all the topics, just one for each person, and then you're going to get help from the other people in your group to make sure it's okay. So no pressure. It shouldn't take you that long to do it. The only thing is you have to decide you're going to do it. This is the topic section. This is one for Module A, but Module B and Module C will have topics from those areas. So these are the topics, the main categories. There's 1.3, 1.4, 1.7, 2.1. Obviously, you're going to have different ones if you're in Module B or Module C. Okay, so your group selects one of these, and that's my son coughing. And Patrick. Okay, and then these are the topics. You're going to choose one of these. Each person chooses one of the ones. Your group chooses the ones in bold, and you yourself will choose one of the ones under the bold. It'll be different depending on which module you're in. And then you write something that's at least 50 words, and your group can help you with it. They're not to do it for you. Put it in your own words, but they can help you if there's grammar problems, or if there's something you're saying that you don't understand. They can help you with that. You can use pictures. See, like these, you can use pictures. Actually, these don't illustrate necessarily anything about algebra, but I just threw them in because I had them. You could use shapes, like these. You could use things that are cut and pasted from the book. Whatever you want, and you can make different types. You can make a PowerPoint, or you can do some kind of animation thing. Whatever your skills are, you can just do it as a Word document, and then upload the Word document, or you can do it as a PDF and upload it. Here's the one I came up with as an example. This one is called Formulas from Geometry. It's from section 2.4, and it just explains what the formulas are, and it gives an example, and then I throw in a picture. But you don't have to throw in a picture. This one is about 75 words. And I've made an account with the name of Jerry Garcia, so this will be under the name Jerry Garcia. By the way, you don't need to comment on this one. Respond to this one. I'll show you that I've done an example of a response with this one. You create your little article on a computer, and if you don't have a computer at home, see, if you do it at home, then you put it in on the hard drive, or you save it somewhere, and then you'll later upload it. If you're doing it on a computer at school, I would actually go into S205 and do it in the computer lab there, because then there'll be somebody in there who'll help you with it. If you don't understand to follow all the steps I'm going to show you next. But whatever computer you do it on, then you upload it from that one. Unless you know how to use something called Dropbox or the other things, you can put it in the cloud and then access it from somewhere else. But if you don't know how to do that, you do it on one computer and then you upload it from there. Okay, so you go into after you have your article created, you go into My Math Lab, and it opens up in Course Home. You see the thing that's highlighted there. Okay, and then you go and you click on Course Tools. When you click on Course Tools, you get a drop-down list that has all these things in it. The two we're going to be using for this project are the document sharing and the discussions. But first, after you've written your little article, you're going to put it into document sharing. So we'll click that next. In document sharing, then, see that now we're in document sharing, this is what it looks like here. Okay, then you go and there's two options here. There's this one, which is just the class name, which I couldn't get rid of, and this here, Algebra Project, deadline. And it'll have a deadline, and the deadline will be different depending on when your class is, right? Once you've clicked on Algebra Project, you'll see the articles that everybody else has written. So far, there's just the one from Jerry Garcia. You notice 2.4 formulas from geometry. So when you put your article in, you've got to name it, and I'll show you that in a sec. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to click on Upload Document. Once you're in Upload Document, click this entire class because you're going to share the file with the entire class, and then see the big red arrow. You're going to choose File, and that'll open up a thing where you can select your file. Depending on if you did it on, say, a computer that wasn't at home, you might have just put it on the desktop. So you go to the desktop and you'll just choose that file. Then your file is going to show up somewhere around here, the name of your file, after you've chosen it. So you've clicked on the thing and you've chosen the file. And so the next thing you'll do is you'll click here, Upload Document. Once you've uploaded the document, it's going to show up here underneath this one. This will probably be at the top, the Jerry Garcia one. Either that or it'll put this one at the bottom. But it'll be in a list here with all the other documents. So when somebody clicks on your document, it'll show up right here. Or they could download your document. That's the other thing. There's the little thing to click to download. Either way, the document shows up. So that's the first part. You make a document explaining your little topic, right? At least 50 words, which isn't hard, because this one is 75 words, right? And it's not that much. Just kind of explain it. Okay, and then you upload it, and then the document sharing part is done. The next section is responding to the document sharings that other people have done. Okay, so this is about the response section. So you're going to go into the document sharing, and you're going to read everybody's articles, and you're going to pick two of them that you want to respond to. And this is how you're going to respond to. You're going to go to the section called Discussions. You were in document sharing, but you're going to go to Discussions. Let me show this. You're going to go to another section in Course Tools called Discussions, and this is where you'll do the responding. So when you click on Discussions, this is what you'll see over here. And you'll have two choices of the topics in discussions. There's the How Do I and then the Algebra Project responses. And you're going to click on Algebra Project responses. The How Do I that's a section in discussions where you can ask different questions about our class, about topics, anything about your algebra project. You can ask me more about that in class, but you do it the same way. But anyway, we're going to Algebra Project responses now. So you click on this and then see what comes up. Here's what you'll see when you click on Algebra Project responses. So here's the text. It says students are to read the group algebra projects loaded into document sharing and comment on them here. Comments are to be objective and kind and even fun. They must include topic title with the section number. So if it's section 2.5 you're doing, it'd be 2.5 and then the title. Okay. Then what you like about the explanation is number 1. Number 2, what could be added to the explanation. 3, one way do you think the skill or concept is useful. And 4, how you'd explain it to a 5-year-old, which is going to be very, very simple. You're not going to explain it in any kind of depth, just something that a 5-year-old would understand. Each student must respond to at least 2 topics and be original. Don't repeat what other people say. And of course, there will be a deadline for this. And this is what you'll see when you click on respond. And so here's where you respond. Of course, you've got the things right in front of you of how to respond. So this is where you put your topic title with the section number. And this is where you respond. 1, 2, 3, 4. So of course I've included an example of how to respond. This will be responding. Jerry Garcia is actually responding to his own little article. So when you respond, you got to put the section number and what the title is, right? And then here's how I responded to the article. So number 1, which is what do you like about the explanation? I said the explanation is pretty clear. Number 2, what could be added to the explanation? The explanation could mention other formulas we know. Number 3, one way you think the skill or concept is useful. 3, you could use the area formula to figure out how much paint it would take to paint a room. And number 4, how would you explain it to a 5-year-old? I said, if you want to figure out something about a shape, a formula can tell you how to do it. So you see, it doesn't have to be a complicated affair. You can be real simple and to the point. Shouldn't take more than 5-10 minutes. About number 3, there's not always a practical application in the real world. It may just be an algebra application. So you could say, oh, well, it'll help you graph the line, or you could say help you solve the equation, or something simple. It helps you solve the equation by letting you see that if you do the same thing to both sides of the equation will stay the same, so you won't make a mistake. Something like that. Something that how that is helpful to you, or would be helpful to other people. After you've made your response, you click post, and then it posts it. And just like in document sharing, it's going to be listed under here. It'll be on top of this one. But all of your responses will be here, and you'll have titled them so everybody knows what you're talking about. And just like in the document sharing part where you read all of the sharings that people have done, all their little articles on the different topics, here you will read all of the responses people make. And that's it. And you can comment on the responses too. You can respond to the responses and say whatever you like, as long as it's objective, kind, and even fun. So that's it, brothers and sisters. Now go ye and do likewise.